Author Tips: How we build six-figure pre-order campaigns for new authors. Hi, I'm Molly Hunter with Carolina House Publishing, and today I am going to show you something that most authors get completely wrong. The majority of authors wait for release day to find out whether their book will succeed or fail. They hit publish, cross their fingers, and hope for the best. But by the time release day arrives, it is already too late to build the momentum you need. The authors who hit bestseller lists and generate serious revenue from their books are not waiting for launch day. They are manufacturing their success weeks before the book ever goes live. And today, I am pulling back the curtain on how we do that at Carolina House Publishing using pre-order campaigns that create an algorithmic surge retailers cannot ignore. The myth of organic velocity. Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room. A lot of authors believe that if they write a great book, readers will eventually find it. They trust the slow burn. They believe in organic discovery. And in a less crowded marketplace, that approach might have worked. But in 2026, with millions of titles competing for attention on every major platform, relying on slow burn discoverability is not a strategy. It is a gamble. And the odds are stacked against you. Here is what actually happens when you publish a book without a pre-order campaign. Your book goes live with zero sales history. The algorithm has no data to work with, so it does not know who to show your book to. Your title sits in a massive pool of new releases, invisible to the readers who would love it. A few friends and family members buy copies during the first week, but the sales trickle is not enough to trigger any kind of algorithmic boost. Within days, your book starts sliding down the rankings and it becomes harder and harder to recover. Now compare that to a book that launches with hundreds of pre-orders already locked in. On release day, all of those pre-orders count as sales simultaneously. The algorithm sees a massive spike in velocity. It interprets that spike as a signal that this book is in high demand, and it responds by pushing your book higher in the rankings, showing it to more readers, and recommending it alongside established bestsellers in your category. That is the difference between a passive launch and a manufactured surge. One leaves your success to chance, the other forces the platform to pay attention. Phase 1. Building the anticipation engine. A great pre-order campaign does not start 2 weeks before launch. It starts 3 to 6 months before your book goes live, and it begins with your email list. Your email list is the single most powerful asset you have as an author. Social media platforms change their algorithms constantly. Advertising costs fluctuate, but your email list is something you own completely, and it gives you a direct line to the people who already care about your work. The foundation of a six-figure pre-order campaign is a 14-day high-frequency email sequence that launches in the final 2 weeks before your book goes live. But this sequence is not a series of sales pitches. That approach would exhaust your audience and drive unsubscribes. Instead, you are building a narrative arc across those 14 days that creates tension, anticipation, and emotional investment. Day 1 might share the origin story behind the book. Why did you write it? What personal experience or discovery led you to this topic or this story? Day 3 might reveal an exclusive excerpt that hooks the reader and leaves them wanting more. Day 5 could introduce a testimonial from an early reader or a review from an advance copy recipient. Day 7 might unveil the first tier of pre-order bonuses. Each email moves the reader closer to the purchase decision without ever feeling like a hard sell. The key is that every email tells a story, answers a question, or reveals something new. The reader feels like they are on a journey with you, not being marketed to. Phase 2. Tiered incentives that create urgency. One of the most effective tools in a pre-order campaign is a tiered incentive structure. This is where psychological scarcity becomes your greatest ally. Here is how it works. You create multiple levels of bonuses that reward readers for ordering early, and each tier is available for a limited time or to a limited number of buyers. The first tier might be available to the first 100 people who pre-order. They get a signed book plate, an exclusive bonus chapter, and access to a private live event with you on launch week. Once those 100 spots are gone, the offer disappears. The second tier might offer a digital companion guide and a personalized thank you video to the next 250 buyers. The third tier might include a printable resource pack or an exclusive short story that connects to the main book. Each tier creates a new wave of urgency. Readers who miss the first tier rush to grab the second before it sells out. And because they need to forward their purchase receipt to claim their bonus, you are building your email list and verifying real sales at the same time. This tiered structure does something powerful to buyer psychology. It transforms the pre-order from a passive purchase into an event. Readers feel like they are getting in on something special, and that emotional connection drives conversions far more effectively than a simple buy my book post on social media. Phase 3. Smart segmentation that converts fence sitters. Not everyone on your email list is going to buy on the first email. Some readers are window shoppers. They are interested, but they have objections. Maybe they are not sure the book is right for them. Maybe they want to wait for reviews. Maybe they are on a tight budget this month. Smart segmentation allows you to identify these hesitant readers and send them targeted follow-up content that addresses their specific concerns. If someone opened 3 emails but never clicked through to the pre-order page, they are interested, but something is holding them back. You can send them a testimonial from an early reader who had similar doubts. You can offer them a longer excerpt so they can sample the writing. You can share a behind-the-scenes video that builds a stronger personal connection. The goal is to meet each reader where they are and give them exactly what they need to move from maybe to yes. Phase 4, the final 6-hour blitz. This is the technique that creates the massive conversion spike right before launch. In the final 6 hours before your book officially goes live, you send a short, high-energy email sequence to your entire list, 2 to 3 emails spaced a couple of hours apart. Each one is urgent, brief, and focused on a single message. This is your last chance to grab the pre-order bonuses before they disappear forever. This blitz works because of a simple principle of human behavior. People are far more motivated by the fear of losing something than by the promise of gaining something. When readers know that the bonus content, the signed book plate, or the private event access is about to vanish permanently, a significant percentage of fence sitters will convert in those final hours. Done correctly, the final 6-hour window can generate 20 to 30% of your total pre-order sales in a single evening. Phase 5, synchronizing for algorithmic dominance. Here is where the technical strategy comes into play. When your pre-orders are processed on release day, all of those accumulated sales hit the retailer's system within the same reporting cycle. That concentrated burst of sales velocity sends a powerful signal to the algorithm, but the real skill is in what happens after that initial surge. Most books experience what is called the cliff drop. They spike on launch day, get a brief moment of visibility, and then fall off the charts within 48 hours. The campaign is over and the momentum dies. To prevent that cliff drop, you need a post-launch sustained strategy. This includes staggered promotions during the first 2 weeks after release, targeted advertising that kicks in as soon as your book has enough sales data for the algorithm to work with, and a second wave email sequence to your list that focuses on social proof, reviews, and reader reactions from launch week. The goal is to keep your sales velocity high enough during those first 2 to 3 weeks that the algorithm continues to promote your book organically. Once you cross that threshold, the platform starts doing the marketing work for you. Phase 6, turning one win into a repeatable system. After your launch campaign wraps up, the work is not over. Every successful pre-order campaign generates a treasure trove of data. You know which emails had the highest open rates. You know which incentive tiers drove the most conversions. You know which segments of your audience responded to which messages. You know exactly when your biggest sales spikes happened and what triggered them. Capture all of that data and use it to build your playbook for the next book. Each campaign you run gets sharper, more efficient, and more profitable because you are refining a proven system rather than starting from scratch. At Carolina House Publishing, this is how we approach every author launch. We do not leave success to chance. We build a system, execute it with precision, measure the results, and improve it for next time. And that is how new authors hit bestseller lists and build careers that last. Now, here is my question for you, and I would love to see your answer in the comments. If you have a book coming out this year, how far in advance are you starting your marketing? Are you planning months ahead, or are you still figuring things out the week before launch? Be honest, because wherever you are right now, you can start building a better system today. And if you want more strategies like this that give you a real competitive advantage as an author, subscribe to our channel right now and tap that bell icon so you get notified every time we post a new author tips video. We are sharing the playbook that professional publishers use, and we want you to have it. Thanks for watching. I'm Molly Hunter with Carolina House Publishing, and I will see you in the next one.